We're going to wait a little bit for you guys to come on in. My brother die, my Nick. I was way up the street and had to come back down. Hey, boss lady. Don't forget, guys, if you're watching this on the replay, you can always fast forward this and get straight to the show. All right, we're going to start this show. Oh shit! What did I do? I don't know what I did. You know, we always touching something.
Okay. The breakdown of the nuclear family. The majority of responsibility lies, the breakdown of the nuclear family in the Black community. The majority of the responsibility lies upon the Black man or the Black woman. The breakdown, as far as the structure, as far as like the leadership? The dissolution, the breakup, ma'am, I'm not going to give you any specifics. It's a general question. Okay, I would say the Black man. Thank you. And this unmute yourself. There you go. Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh my gosh. How old are you? I'm 21. 21 years old. Single or married? I'm assuming single? Single, yes. All right. Do you think modern women understand how bad things have really gotten? Truthfully, I think modern women do. I want to ask you if you think that we understand how bad it's gotten. No. Absolutely not. I think that most women think that things are bad for many women, just not them. I don't think that they realize. Okay. I think that's like a deflection. Like that's just something that women say. Like in a conversation, say the women that get on your broadcast and they're communicating with you, taking that accountability and saying, yeah, I'm one of those women. I think that just is like a fight or flight response to the question. Mm-hmm. I don't think many women are self-aware. No. I've done this for over a year, and most women have not even thought about the math that it would take to raise 3 children and be a wife. Mm. How else can you get almost 99% of the women coming up on my platform and wanting men making $100,000 or more, $200,000 or more? There's just not that many men. Mm. But yet, just like I asked a lot of women, what do you rank yourself? And they're all 8s. I'm like, well, if Beyonce's an 8, you're an 8. I think most women don't realize that they are part of the problem. Mm.
It's a problem because we say we're 8.
Watching my platform.
2 days.
Did you mute yourself?
Baby, you just so used to getting you. I mean, you already in front of the camp. We got it. Okay, you're cute. All right, get your audio and all this together. You know, you keep looking at yourself. Get your shit straight. Get your
delusion.
What's up?
I wanted to get your thoughts on Will Smith going to the rehab.
I did a whole entire video. Where were you?
You talking about earlier today?
Yes, I did. I broke it down to the T.
Okay, yeah, I seen some of it. Okay, cool.
And Will Smith do not need rehab.
You think it's just a PR move?
Exactly.
He ain't slapped that man. He didn't even raise up his arm high enough to slap him.
What I did, I went way back because even though I shouldn't even be, I don't like to mix platforms. What we talk about on one, we talk about on the other one. So I don't like to mix it. What I would say is that people just, their mind is stuck on Will Smith. They forgot he was the Fresh Prince. They forgot when he first came into the game. He was always good with them hands. People were like, well, he wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that. A lot of people didn't know that.
He whooped Tupac's ass.
I don't know if they didn't fight.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Girl, we're gonna go Google this now.
That was back when they was on that tour bus.
No, when they was on that tour bus.
Wait, somebody told the story. Okay. Go ahead, sis. You know I'll be remembering shit and
right. But I think he would have. People keep thinking Tupac would have. People keep thinking Tupac could fight, but Tupac couldn't beat everybody. Like people didn't know that Will used to fight on the regular. People don't know that. People don't know Will Smith. All them gangster stuff that people be talking about. Will really did that. He got shot at. He had to fight. He was the worst person on Def Jam.
Yeah, he was in West Philadelphia living that life.
So people forget that part of Will. So Will had to kill off that good guy character, and this Willie from Philly. Come on, who you can get slapped too. I thought somebody like, oh, his brother Tony. I said his brother Tony gonna get his ass beat too.
I just don't think that shit wasn't fake to me.
It was all staged.
It was all staged. It was staged.
And now the slap was real.
No, the slap was fake. He didn't even raise his arm up. If you go back and replay that and look, you'll see that Will Smith does not even lift his shoulder up high enough to slap that man.
He slapped him. But
the
thing was, but the thing was, when he slapped him, it was more, you could tell it was scripted, and you could tell because who going to get slapped but got two hands? Chris Rock had two hands behind his back, and you could tell that he graced himself to take that slap because he stuck his head out and put his hands behind his back, like I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
He braced himself, but that boy didn't even raise up his arm high enough to slap him. If you go back, I played a lot. I replayed it and replayed it and replayed and replayed and replayed.
Like I said, I did a whole extensive video. I showed it all. I thought he didn't slap him either.
He didn't. You gotta replay it.
I replayed it. He did a bitch slap. The slap he did give him but that was still orchestrated. Wherever we felt like he slapped him, it was all orchestrated.
So wait a minute, hold on, pause. So you telling me Chris Rock came out, said the joke, and that was all orchestrated?
You have to remember, that's why y'all gotta be coming to class, and I'm gonna leave it there because I'm on another subject. But everything that goes through the academy or awards or whatever, it has to be approved. Them jokes have to be approved. You just can't say, oh, I got some jokes, and they're going to say, hey, just come on my stage. They had to get the green light for him to even say that joke. And then Will Smith, he on a committee. So he knew that joke was coming. And that was his cue to go up there and slap him. You just can't just walk on these stages and just do whatever. If anytime you see stuff go down, they know what's going down. Because you need their
they knew even though it was a different award ceremony, they knew Kanye was gonna jump on stage when Kanye did his shit.
When Kanye jumped on which stage?
When he snapped on Taylor Swift.
Yeah, they knew that stuff was coming. That's a humiliation thing. A lot of things you gotta remember. I'm not saying that sometimes people won't do anything out of impulse, but if they didn't know Kanye was gonna do that, they would have humiliated him and buried him alive. Or he was just talked about and that was it. Anything to keep the people from distracted, they're gonna do it. And that's a distraction. Now, some things, some things probably don't be planned, but that joke was planned. See, when you're doing them jokes, they have to yes or no it. We're not talking about somebody in the audience.
All right, then. Cool.
But does he need rehab? No. Because I mean, if it's in you, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? He had to do that Fresh Prince guy for 30 years. He got tired of that shit, and then he let it be. And I didn't get. Just watch the video. I'm not getting back into that. Just watch the video. and then you can form your own opinion. But I did that video today. It was a very good video.
All right, then, cool. Y'all stay smooth. Love the show.
All right, don't forget to let me know what you think about it.
All right, for sure.
All right, Eric. Take care.
All right,
Thank you.
Yeah, peace.
Now I gotta rewind that. Sorry, guys.
Cast. Okay. Well, if you watch about at least 5 of them, you'll start to see a through line. There's a high level of denial and delusion. So at your age, maybe your peer group is a lot smaller, and it doesn't matter what side of the country, what time zone, even really what generation. There's a through line that relationships are difficult, and many modern women don't have the skills to do long-term relationships.
What about these men?
We're talking about modern women in this country, in the United States, or in
Yeah,
first world countries.
in this country. That's all.
This country. I personally feel like we haven't been taught those skills.
Your
So,
mother and father married?
were my mother and father married?
Mm-hmm.
My mother and father were divorced when I was 4, and then I grew up with my stepfather. They've
Okay.
been married.
Who was
for
supposed to, if
50
you were
years.
if you were to learn those skills, who was supposed to teach you?
My mother and my father. My father, in relation, it specifically about how to communicate with men and deal with men. My father should have taught me those skills.
Women. Oh gosh. Can y'all please stop saying that I wasn't taught them skills? I just think that is embarrassment. That your mother, when you come home, read this, do your homework, do this. And y'all had to pick a skill. And things were so hard raising kids that you didn't want them to be in the same place that you were. So you're not going to push get married, have these babies, be a good housewife. You're not. I don't care how many times these videos say it. It could be 50 videos and all of these women can say what they want to say. You're going to teach your kids how to survive. And it's okay. And people were like, well, that's wrong. No, it's not wrong, because our elders had to survive. You can't have, because nobody is guaranteed a man with 100,000, 200,000 to be a millionaire, a billionaire. Nobody ain't guaranteed to get no man like that. So what the rest of the world supposed to do? There's only but so many of them out there. So what is a woman to do? So even if you do get a husband, you still going to, in these days and times, you're still going to need 2 incomes. And babysitting money costs money. Don't be like, I wasn't taught that, but you sound intelligent. You sound very intelligent. So which means you went to school and stuff. You know, I think a woman know when her time is ticking. I think a woman know when it's time for her to have a baby. I think it's time for her to know that, you know, she got to put the she got to take some time off. Like Rihanna had to take some time off, had that baby. You know, her time was ticking. I mean, a lot of people know when their time is ticking, and they have to have that baby. Well, what were you supposed to be taught? What? Hey, DD, why is anyone watching this man after he encouraged women to ignore? Oh, wow. I didn't know that one, DD. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know. Good looking out.
He did what?
I ain't want don't I'm not gonna say the last word. But watch anybody watching this man after he encouraged women to ignore child Pete. But let's finish hearing them degrade this woman.
Okay. And to learn relationship skills, you're supposed to learn them from your father
And my mother. My mother and my father.
Who's primary?
Mother.
Right. So if you didn't learn it, who dropped the ball? Mothers or fathers?
Who went?
My mother.
Who dropped the ball?
Mothers are the first teachers of their children. So even if I say, grant the argument that you weren't taught, women have always taught women of the group how to be wives and mothers. So now women are teaching women how to get jobs.
Exactly.
The broadcast I do on Fridays, the sister-daughter broadcast, and when I drop the dime and tell most women that the big problem most women have today is they can't check their mother.
Mm.
They won't hold their mothers accountable because their mothers failed them.
Right.
Not only that, shit, a lot of times
No, your mom.
they're contemporaries with their mother. Their mother makes them their contemporaries, their buddies, their friends. This whole friendship thing, where I'm at and where I've been, is
First of all, like I said before, it would do it for me. And whoever watched the replay, y'all men can attack me. Do what you usually do. Y'all know what to do. Let me know how y'all feel. But you would do your child injustice by not teaching them to be smart, be intelligent, and also be a wife, and to know how to be a wife and a mother. You need both of them. And if your mother, even if you taught your child how to be a good, even if you taught your child, y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Even if you taught your child to be a good mother and a good wife, right? And you taught her how to do all the cooking, the cleaning, and be the backbone and be the support. But that child only saw the mother going to work. That child only seen the mother buying food. That doesn't work for a single household. You can teach them whatever you want to teach them, and as they get older, they still may learn how to do it, but certain things you can't cut off. You can't cut off. I seen my mother do this, so they, being that they saw their mother do it, that's the lesson right there. So y'all men sound a little salty, but y'all come from single households also, and y'all seen mama do everything. So and then you got a lot of these men, what they taught their sons is not to be around. Not to be around. You taught your young kid, you taught your young boys, see you when I see you. See you when I see you. And I may catch you up the block, I don't know. I see you when I see you. A lot of things have been taught by what children see. So how can a mother teach her or any woman how to be the best wife and mother when she has to work? And y'all can say, oh, well, the Section 8 or the food stamp, we don't know. But what we do know is if she did get Section 8 and if she did get food stamp, that's still her bringing in the food. That's still, even if she's getting government assistance. So y'all talk about a lot about things that's not real. You understand what I'm saying, boss lady? Boss lady. Anyway, y'all could agree, disagree. It's up to you guys. But I'm just saying, what they saying sounds really good, but realistically, it's not. It don't go down like that.
I don't love your mother, but if your mother taught you how to get out here and hustle and this and that, but she didn't teach you how to get along with the very men that you would like to couple with, because fathers don't teach you that. Fathers teach you what a man's supposed to do.
Right.
Mothers are supposed to teach you how to serve and cooperate with that man through what she does. So in the West, this is the issue because of womanism, feminism, or anything else. In other countries where that leans more patriarchal, you still see some of these things. Go ahead.
So now we're in the situation where the mothers have failed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say that a percentage of our male population has failed as fathers. I don't know how you feel about that statement.
I think failed as fathers how?
What?
Not being around, the deadbeat dad.
Excuse me, are you talking about black men?
Yes.
Talking about black men.
Yes.
Okay, that's absolutely wrong according to the data and the facts. Black men.
What data? What facts?
51% of black men, 54% of black men are single and childless, 61% are in the middle class. According to the CDC, black men are statistically the best, most involved fathers in the country. The absolute facts and data.
There ain't no facts and data. No, it don't prove nothing. It don't prove nothing.
The facts and data have disproven this over.
It doesn't prove it because, number one, you got a lot of men making these babies. They ain't never claimed them. So to the statistics, they ain't got no kids. Them are 54%, which is really not a big old percentage. And these men got multiple babies. Some of them leave. Soon the woman says she's pregnant, the man is gone. They spend, and if black men, if they do spend more time with their kids, where they at? And I ain't talking about in the suburb. You speaking upon men. You spoke upon statistics. So that should include the ghetto also. If they did a survey, that means a survey of all black men. So that includes the ghetto, or that includes the hood, that includes college, that includes everything. Where they at? Where they at? Being as 54% of men. So where do these 54 men consist of? Where consist of? I'm just asking questions. People, I have a right to ask a question. I'm not listening to your godfather, but I have a right to ask these questions. Where are these men at? You're going to give us a statistics, but some people they ain't never see it. And all the men is telling us about these, and you can't even include yourself in that statistic because what you have your own set of kids. How much time did you spend with them? Are you still spending time with them? Are you part of that statistic? Yo, what's up? Let's go. They're gonna say she's the dumbest person ever. I don't care.
And over again, this is stuff that black women say to discredit black men.
Could it have been true in
excuse me. This is why you have so many non-black women coming over to black men because black men are more willing to even work with women because most come from patriarchy. Could it have been true? Not in the ways it's been said. No. No, the data's there, ma'am.
Baby, you only 21. I mean, for you to bring that stereotype out there like that, I mean, the father not being around.
So
I mean, whose fault is it? A lot of times, you see so much BS going on where the father's being pushed out of the picture.
How is that?
Or it's making it hard for the father to be in the picture.
How is that?
Because of the bull.
How is that?
What are you talking about, baby? Like,
but I never speak.
Data is there for 2021, but I'm thinking about
young lady, are you in college?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe I should rephrase that. May I rephrase that?
You don't know. I'm just being.
Let her
I'm trying to help you.
Okay.
You don't know what you're talking about. You know what you've been told.
Right.
You've been told that black men are not up to par, and that's not true.
It's true.
Well, but then I have my experience and like everyone.
Ma'am, 54% of black men are single and childless. That means there can't be a plethora of deadbeat dads, with over half of black men have no children. 61% are in the middle class. 30% of black men are married. That means the bulk of the children in the black community are being made by roughly less than 20% of the men.
No.
You can't say black. You cannot say that black men.
Yes, we can.
And the stereotype of the deadbeat dad is accurate. It's not even precise.
We can, because from the poor people to the rich people, the black man can be deadbeats. You just had an interview with Future. He got like 50 kids. But I bet you made him feel really good when he should feel like shit. Got like 50 kids. We haven't seen good dads from the top of the chain to the bottom of the chain. Continuously evolving. How are you? I had my dad, my children had their dad, my grandchildren had a father. My dad, I was the oldest of 16. He had his dad. My grandfather had his dad. Black men get a bad rap. No, that's only for the black men who, if it doesn't apply, then let it fly. I didn't say every black man. That'd be asinine. That'd be very stupid to say. That'd be very stupid to say. I ain't gonna say every black man, but you can't make it seem like it's not a black man problem or a black woman problem. We have problems. But one thing I'm not going to do is cater to a man's feelings, and I'm not going to cater to a woman's feelings. I'm not going to do that. If you're in the right, the universe is going to bless you. If you're in the wrong, the universe has got something else for you. So black men do get a bad rep, but hey, y'all talking to women. Y'all should be talking to the Pookies and the Ray Rays. They the one give you the bad rep, not us. Y'all videos should be less about us. The same way women should be talking to women, men should be talking to men. So then when they do get together, they would know what to expect from each other. You cannot tell a woman in 2022, well, a man is to provide, protect, and all these other things when she's been providing for herself all this time. She's been protecting herself all this time. Y'all say these things like it's needed from y'all. But statistics show that it's not needed from y'all because we never. Some women never got it from y'all, and they still held it down. Without a man, they held it down. The same way some men. They know how to cook for themselves. They know how to clean for themselves. They don't sit around waiting for no woman. Oh, I need a woman to do this for me. So are you supposed to keep dirty clothes until you get a woman? You see men at the laundromat too. Some men clean better than women and cook better than women.
Simply untrue.
Of what percentage of?
It's simply untrue. 54% single, childless. 30% married. That's 84%, right? That's 84%, right?
Okay.
That means 16% of men roughly account for the lion's share of the children.
That doesn't mean they married to black women either. It was more men married in 2016 than 2000. What is the race that has the highest? How many black? Okay, exactly. Black marriage. We're going to look this up right now. I'm looking for these percentages right now. I'm looking right now. Now, black marriage. Let's try black marriages. Household and black marriage. Now listen. Black marriage in America. Over the last few decades, marriage has been declining institution among all Americans, and this decline is even more evident in the black community. In 2019, only 30% of African Americans were married, compared to 48% of all Americans. Half of 50% of African Americans have never been married, compared to 34%. So where does this, do y'all see anything in here that says 54%? And this is black demographic. Look at this. Black demographic is where I'm getting it from. The urban something. Black men is 30% married. Black women is 27% married. Okay? But then, so I don't see where it says 58%. Black men is only got us by 3%. But when it comes down to separated and divorce and widow, so they've been divorced more than us. So this is what the statistics say. This is not black people. So again, I don't see nothing, and then I'm gonna do some more research on that because the statistics is not true. What he's saying is not true. It's not. Hey, T for the T. So it's not. I just showed you guys. It's not. It's not 50. There's nothing that says 54%. And whatever he's reading, if it says 54%, and this is a black urban thing, and it does not state that. So somebody's not telling the truth here. So we're going to check out we're going to check out some more articles because we need to know which one is telling the truth and which one is not. I don't know which one he's reading, but I just showed y'all. I looked it up really quick and I showed y'all what the statistic says. It does not say what Kevin Samuel is saying. Something is not right. Something is not right. Well, let's carry on. But don't get me wrong. A lot of things he say make sense. I'm not going to dispute that. But when people tell you something, you got to do your own research. Oh, sugar honey iced tea.
Dime until most women, the big problem most women have today is they can't check their mother.
How to do all the cooking, the printing, and be the backbone. And hey, Precious. So as I showed you guys, the statistics are not matching up. They're not matching up. So let's oh hell. Let's get back to this. Hey Galaxy Girl, welcome.
In the black community. What percentage of black children in the black community are born into a single parent household?
That is the question.
80%.
Okay.
80%. 80%. 80%. And now these men, single parent household means unmarried, right?
Right.
Right. And these women are having children with men who have children with other women. 54% of black men are single and childless. So you have less than 20% of the men making all these kids with women who know these men are not married to their baby mama, and they're choosing to lay down and choosing to carry a child to pregnancy and choosing to be a single parent. The largest group of first-time mothers, single mothers, are college-educated women in their 30s.
Right. So we're talking about.
So the myth of the deadbeat dad is untrue. And
I just proved that it is true.
New Jersey.
I just
go down
proved
to your
that it
local
is
family
true.
court on any Tuesday and sit in family court for 30 days, and you will see the amount. You will see what happens to men when they go to court. Women can go to court right now and they don't have to have any money. They get represented by the state.
Back.
Men have to come up with tens of thousands of dollars just to try to get custody. Watch the channel. I don't want to. There's just so much in this. When you say
3 men in Tennessee
I already know.
78 children.
You can't get no help
women.
when you're a man trying to get
Didn't
represented in court. You're going to have to come out of pocket and get you a little lawyer.
Yes, he did.
Like I said, on the other
yes,
hand,
he did.
What's it called?
I just
SRL
debunked
or whatever.
that.
represented litigant or whatever
debunked
the hell you want to call it.
and I showed it to y'all
You know,
again.
a lot of dudes going in there, but she's represented. The state makes sure.
Most black women, you try to go around and say, well, then black men have something to do with it too.
Yeah.
Well, it takes two people to create a child.
It takes one to decide, ma'am. Okay, what does that and that means what?
54%.
So I wanted to get to.
That means what? No, we don't finish this thought. It means what?
Well, the statistics of single.
Takes two people to create a child means what?
I'm going to connect that to this statement that I'm making now, because you kind of said a lot in the last few minutes.
I can do that. It's my platform.
I know, but I'm trying to keep up and tie all together instead of just answering like one section, which I feel like we're not really bringing the whole piece together.
Well, it's because you don't know what you're talking about. It's because you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Saying it takes.
You get real lippy with Kevin too. Like, I'm trying to do this, but it's like you're not letting me finish, and
he makes me laugh. I like him.
This and real condescending.
No, he said 54%.
Calm but condescending.
Two people to make a child. Yeah, but only one person can decide whether or not to bring it to term. And when most people are laying down and having sex,
he said 54% are married or don't have kids. He didn't say single. He said married or childless, 54%. We're going to rewind that part so you can hear it. Or maybe so I can hear it.
Just crazy, man, how this shit is.
Others are supposed to teach you how to serve and
I don't know how you feel about that statement.
I think felt his father's how.
Not being around, the deadbeat dad.
Excuse me, are you talking about black men?
Talking about black men.
Okay, that's absolutely wrong according to the data and the facts. Black men, 51% of black men, 54% of black men are single and childless, 61% are in the middle class. According to the CDC, black men are statistically the best, most involved fathers in the country. The absolute facts and data have disproven this BS. The facts and data have disproven this over and over again. This is stuff that black women say to discredit black men.
Could it have been true in like
excuse me. This is why you have so many non-black women coming over to black men, because black men are more willing to even work with women because most come from patriarchy. Could it have been true? Not in the ways it's been said.
Well, they still poking and leaving. They still leaving the women pregnant. Listen.
21.
Yeah, because you single, that does not mean that doesn't make you exempt from having babies. You can't be unmarried, and 54% of men cannot be unmarried and childless. I'm gonna look that up too. You back for the second time, boss lady? Boss lady. Hello. Now let's see how many women are unmarried and childless. Let's check that out. And nothing wrong with doing research. Women are happier without children or spouse. Let's check that out. 72% what? No, we're going to look at this together. We're going to look at this together. I'm not going by what nobody statistic says because I'm going to look at it myself. Because if it's 54% of men that's not married and childless, well, what is it for the women? Women are happier without children or a spouse. Let's see what they say. I want the percentage. Okay, there's no percentage on this one. No percentage. I want the percentage. I see I keep saying how happy women are with that they are not married, but there's no percentage. In 2018, 96. Oh shit. In 2018, 96.9% of women between the ages of 15 and 19 years of old are childless. Now, from 20 to 24 is 78%. And from 25 to 29 is 54. So that sound like it's a little, that sound even. It's not about you making it up. It's about we want to see it. I see 2%, 72 and 78. Hey, we want to see it too. How can a woman be happy for what she was created to do? Listen, I did not. I'm just reading this. I'm just reading it. I just like to bring the information. I'm just reading this. But you're just asking a question, and I don't know. They're happy. They're happy not being married and not having kids. And it is what it is. But continuous evolving. You were correct. It is. You are correct. It is 78.6. 78.6. So you have more women coming to my. I'm watching. Listen, I got it on the screen too. Why would I have to come into your office? If 72% of women are not married and don't have no kids, it says 72%. It's on the screen right here. Okay, I want to finish this interview with Kevin. I want to finish it up, and then I want to go to the next one. But you was right. For the women, it is 72 and 77. You're really, it really is. I saw it myself. So you were right. But I gotta see it myself. Sorry.
You
With these men getting pregnant now are fully grown women. You're saying majority of them in their 30s. That means that they grew up in the 80s and the 90s till now. So what was the percentage of single mothers and fathers then over that time period, not the statistics that we're getting today?
Why?
Because that will show you the character of the man and how. And
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. See, guys, this is what I want you guys to understand. This is what I want. Nope. This is what I need you guys to understand. They don't like holding women accountable.
I saw it on my screen.
No, ma'am, because what you want to.
I did see it. I saw it on my screen. I shared it for you guys to see. I showed it on my screen. And I said you were right. It is 76% of women that are not married and have, I did it by the age bracket. And out of y'all 54 that's single and not married, it's 72% of women that's single and not married. So women are not having as many babies that y'all think that they are having. I just see that in the hood and stuff, but in the broad spectrum, it's not. So, I mean, I said you were right. I looked it up. So you said that I posted. So you said that before I posted. You didn't have to post it. I read it, continuously evolving. And I said you were right. I'm a type of woman. I know how to say somebody's right. What you said and what I read, it went together. See, when a woman agree with you, that's still what's the point? I'm agreeing with you and it's still a problem. I know, I hear you now. Oh, okay.
To say, well, the facts are
No, I don't.
mute.
See, this is what it is today. But let's go back to see what the stats were with their fathers. In my father's generation, you still had similar statistics. Ma'am, bottom line is women choose when children are born.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is the woman. Okay.
That is true.
Asking me a question
That is
about
true.
the statistics of the 90s and 80s, that when you're 21 years old to try to prove a point, you can't make that point.
Yes,
You're just looking for some way to end up making your argument stick.
I wasn't there, so I'm just trying to connect it and make it make sense for me. So
how about this? The problem starts with the women.
Oh.
Okay.
Women control access to childbirth and sex.
So we're saying that.
True or false?
True.
All right. So a child cannot be born if a woman does not want to carry it to term, regardless as to who had sex with what. If I had sex with you and you wanted to terminate your pregnancy, could I force you to have our child? Absolutely not.
Right.
So regardless, as it takes two people, it takes one to decide.
Okay. I'll accept that.
Let me ask you a fundamental question.
Okay.
The breakdown of the nuclear family. The majority of responsibility lies, the breakdown of the nuclear family in the black community. The majority of the responsibility lies upon the black man or the black woman.
The breakdown, as far as the structure, as far as like the leadership?
The dissolution, the breakup, ma'am, I'm not going to give you any specifics. It's a general question.
Okay, I would say I would say the black man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And this is where this woman, this feminist stuff, at 21 years old, with no real thoughts or training, this is what we get. When you just say 50, the breakdown of the black family, we have an almost 60% divorce rate in this country. Okay?
Well, one thing about her, what she did say, she's got some type of chip on her shoulder, or a personal vendetta, because she said I think she said something about you don't know my story or something. So that's probably why she feels the way about it or something, based off her father, her actual biological father. I don't know. But the man is the reason for the dissolution.
Right? In our black community, black women marry at a rate out of 26%, 1 in 4. So 3 out of 4 black women will never marry in their lifetime. So 1 out of 4 will marry. The average black marriage lasts 5 years. So when we get to that 60% divorce rate of these few black marriages that black women and black men are in, what percentage of divorces are filed by black women?
I have heard you say this. I don't know the percentage, but majority of them.
The majority. So when you look at the breakdown of the family, who's filing for divorce?
The women.
Well, then that's who's that's who's responsible. The person that leaves. The number one cause of divorce is filing for divorce. If you have 80% of the children being born to fatherless homes, that's women deciding to have children before they have the benefit of marriage.
So where is this coming from, though? Like, why is a whole group of women perpetuating this behavior? Like, it seems ridiculous. Obviously, it's ridiculous. We see the women come onto your broadcast.
Why do you think it is, ma'am? Because women have freedom.
Because
women have freedom. Black women have freedom. Black women have freedom, and black women have freedom, and they have been freed from the black men because in 1965, the Great Society came along. And guess what? Black women were given the option.
That's what I was trying to get to, but then it comes
but you don't know. But you weren't even out anyway.
I know,
then why are you asking, ma'am? Then why are you asking? Then if you know that, then you know why the breakdown of the black family happened. Women chose government assistance, government benefits over a man in the house.
But at the same time,
do you not know that?
I know that.
Okay, then how can you say that black men are responsible if you know that one fact?
Well, no, not that they're responsible. That maybe that they were used in that moment.
No, they weren't used. See, again, that's bullshit. There we go again. Nope, absolutely not. There we go again with that black women were
used. It's not my fault. I was used. I was pit against the man of the house. So it absolves me of any fault. It's still the black man's fault for the dissolution. Even though I didn't want to.
I keep telling you guys over and over and over again, the solution to that is to go get you one of them feminine girls, or don't be bothered with us. Don't be bothered. If these women are so bad and they messing up their lives and they blaming everything on the black man and y'all want a voice, I know, Nisha. That's why I say the thing is, y'all can leave us alone. How about leave us alone and go to the woman that suits everything that you want them to suit? How about that? That'll make life even more simple. Go to the woman that's going to be your helpmate. It's going to be submissive. Because the women, you're preaching not to the choir. You're preaching not to the choir. You're preaching to the women who are not going to do it. So even though you may win the argument and you may have the point, that lady going to do what she wants to do. That's like if a man is a baby maker. You're not going to stop him from being a baby maker. You're preaching to you're not preaching to the choir. You're preaching to people who they mind is set. So if you understand that a woman mind is set, then go to the women that are more suitable for you. Because none of y'all should be single, and none of y'all should be going back and forth with the women when you got plenty of women that's just for you. That's just for you. I mean, we thankful that you wasting your time trying. I mean, y'all need a voice so bad. What you need a voice for? Go get your woman. Okay, you right. You know what? You are 100% right. You told us. But does that get you a woman? It's all these single women that's out here. Go get you one of them. Submissive women. That's how we, but hey, if y'all like it, I love it.
Visibly reduce lines and puffiness starting in 5 days.
In my personal opinion, y'all need to sit down and go ahead and complete the family y'all started, because don't nobody want you or him.
Hey,
y'all need to be out here. Y'all got kids. Nobody want neither one of y'all's ass. And if you want to get married, does he want any more kids?
Yeah.
Do you want any more children?
Yeah, at least one more.
Well, then make marriage a requirement. Then if you want kids, he shouldn't get a kid without marriage. The world learned a different way of working. People are doing more with less. But 25 million people, and there was something called the She Session. More women have left the workforce to form stay-at-home businesses, working for their husband's business, or stay at home with their family. A large portion of that was teachers. Women who were teachers, putting their kids in daycare to go teach other people's kids. They're saying, I'll stay at home and raise my own kids. But you cannot take advantage of any of the changes in the Great Recession or anything like that as a single woman. You need a man.
No, you don't.
You need a man
to
be able to quit working full-time, your full-time job, to work part-time for your man. That's one of the most popular broadcasts I've done on Instagram. Black women, how many of you willing to quit working your full-time job, work part-time for your husband? How many of you to work part-time for your man? I have more black women say, you know what, this is one broadcast I get. And honestly, I've dealt with women. I told you, to deal with me, you're going to work for me. I'm going to employ my woman. I'm territorial. And I've dealt with women who thought that was a good idea, but when push come to shove, too tied to your career. And that's cool, but there ain't no need to even talk about it, because so many of our women are not ready to win when winning hits you in the face.
Right.
If I put you in the room with the kind of caliber of men you were talking about.
I say that all the time. You know, you're afraid of success and failure. You can't be afraid of success and failure at the same time. I've told several women that, you know.
And you'll use cheating, lying, abandonment, abuse, fear. And this the one thing that other women do. When the pandemic happened, every other group of women were lined up with their men. So yes, femininity. You need a feminine model. I said I'm going to start giving women some things to model after. But you guys got to talk amongst yourselves and give black men a better, quote unquote, product to pick from, and then pick the danger zone.
Danger zone!
27 to 35 is you need to get the fuck out of here. Suitable black man is the last one that's coming along, and get on.
Yeah.
Stop trying to date like, well, I'll wait. I found him. I'll find another one. No. The buses will stop running.
Yep.
Because after 36, We all know something wrong with you. If you're over 30, unmarried, no kids, you crazy.
Kevin, I've been taking your advice this whole time. I've been to business. I'm
gonna tell you, I have more women sit back. I was sitting down with an attorney and his fiance right now, and he putting her to law school so she can work for him in the practice. That's what we're supposed to do. I'm not gonna share you with nobody. You'll be my assistant, and I'll tell you right now, anyway. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Take all them. The one thing black men cannot do is use everything that black women are to our advantage. That's why we don't care about your PhDs.
I'm a PhD.
We don't care about your job or anything else because we cannot use it to our advantage collectively. But if I could take your PhD and turn it to my benefit, like you give it to them in that white world to benefit them, and let me use it.
That's what I say. Like I said, the whole rebuttal will be like, I'm not on that type of time. That sounds too much like slavery. But by the way, marry me with this $300,000 in student loan debt, and that I'm struggling to pay. But I'd rather work for this person.
For us, we can make more and you can be free. Mm-hmm. But if you don't want to be free, carry your ass like out there in the plantation. Hello.
Can I ask a question?
Sure,
especially to the other women, all the other women that's on this panel. Mm-hmm. How often have you ever heard a man talk the way Kevin talked?
Rarely.
Right. We don't get this knowledge.
We hear this all the time.
And hold up. Women our age, the men that are around our age.
Depending on your age bracket, we have heard this forever. We heard this forever. And it still did not stop women from getting their education. It did not stop women from getting a job. It did not. Ugly chicks unite. Why they gotta be ugly? What you look like? What you look like? The new neat. If that's you, and you calling somebody ugly, man, please. I had worked with my husband. I hated it, but we were able to build together without all the drama, communication. That's beautiful. You just happen to be a lucky one, continuously evolving. You just happen to be a lucky one, but it's not like that for everybody. But the question the lady said was, how many men you heard speak like this? We have heard this forever. Some women they are just not meant to be a wife. Some are meant to work. I don't have a problem with what they're saying. I'm just telling the truth. You just happen to be one that was meant to be married and you made it work, and God bless your union. God bless your union. Like I said, no, what I mean by lucky, I mean you were lucky you found a husband and y'all was together 36 years. You were one of the lucky ones. A lot of women they can't say what you said. They cannot say. That's what I mean by you are lucky. I don't mean it happened without no work involved. That wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense at all. But reality is, how many more women can say that? I know if you knew what I meant, you wouldn't never said lucky my ass. Why do you think you are talking to a rock? I never called you a rock. But if you knew what I meant, you would never have said lucky my ass. But what I'm saying is, God bless your union. God bless your union. And that's stories like that needs to be heard more. They need to be heard even more. You could even have kids that come from 2-parent households. That doesn't mean the woman child. Some women are just not meant to be. They're meant to be independent. They're meant to do what they want to do. They're meant to follow their dreams. But everything you do has a consequence. Everything you do have a consequence. If you choose to do that, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, some women, if they choose that, then when they clock start ticking and they don't have a man, they're gonna be happy, they're gonna be unhappy, they don't have a man, and they may not have no kids. And then you got the people who got the kids and the husband and very depressed because they wanted to do something with their life. So, hey, damn if you do and damn if you don't. Damn if you do and damn if you don't.
Age, I think, have been conditioned to be afraid to speak up to us about
And
what
because they're raised by women. It's because they're raised by women.
And it's true.
So?
It's really true.
So?
I mean, I think that when they speak, when they tell what they want from us, we are more receptive to it, regardless, which is why, like Kevin said earlier, before we all came on, that women like toxic men because they like...
Everybody is, well, my mama. Now, I can understand the deadbeat mamas. I can understand the deadbeat mamas. I can understand the mamas who wasn't there, who mothers was on drugs or whatever. We're going to exclude them or abuse them. But it wasn't, oh, my mama fault when she was putting food on that table. They was raised by their mama, but when your belly was full, you wasn't saying, hey, my mama's not teaching. Oh, when you cut them lights on, you were happy. When you came in that household, you was happy. When mama did all that she could do for you, and now all of a sudden it's my mama, my mama. Don't ever talk bad about your mama. She didn't have no time to teach you how to bake, be Betty Crocker. She had bills to pay. Put food in your stomach. And y'all not grateful because she didn't set you up for a man, which you really can't do anyway. You can't set nobody up for a man. Being a good woman is not going to make no man keep you. Being a good man is not going to make a woman keep you.
A man does man up, but the problem is using the men that are not men that are to be married. Mm-hmm. And ends up being...
They just like a man that they, that gives them all these variation of emotions and emotional variety. A man that they have to think about, worry about, be concerned about. A man that they can help out. A man that is a project, all these things like that, instead of a man that has his stuff together and is like, hey, I don't have any major issues. I'm here to love you and take care of you. I'm a secure guy. I don't do anything crazy. I want to show you a good time. This dude's a square. I don't got time for that. Let me go back to Tyrone. That's all it is, man.
And being long that are not looking for that, expecting that that's going to happen. And I think we need to, start being more assertive. And if we are not moving in that direction, we should be moving on. There's no reason for us to be staying in 6-year, 10-year relationships with men that aren't making moves towards marriage.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Really for, all ladies and Kevin as well. But, so I agree with the whole abandonment thing of, women leaving relationships and not really, giving it a try or working through it or whatever the case is. So I mean, what advice do you have if you are happy in the relationship, you just want a marriage? I mean, I don't really look at it like, I look at it like how before, you know, if I can leave and obviously, you know, get a man that is more assertive and, you know, knows what he wants and everything like that. But those chances are probably...
I don't understand. You got these long drawn out questions. I don't know the question.
Like,
facts, baby. Get straight to the point. Y'all be talking all this, man. Just ask the question.
She's just saying not to be in a relationship, but if he's not marrying me in 6 years, but he's good overall and he doesn't really have any other issues, is marriage really?
What do you want? What do you want? What's the outcome you want? You want to be married?
Yeah, but like to be married because we have a son.
Then tell him that.
Unfortunately, I cannot do. Okay, you asked the question. You didn't start out with okay. If the man wanted to marry you, can he go down to file and get a marriage license in this country?
Yeah.
Does he have the filing fee, which is like less than $70?
Yeah, he works over 40 hours a week.
Can he afford to pay the justice of the peace, which is less like $200?
Yeah.
But to get married costs you less than $300. So if he wanted to marry you, he could.
Yeah, you're right.
But the honest truth, you've already given the man the highest honor you can give a man without requiring marriage, so why should he?
Exactly.
He ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of women leave with kids.
No.
Exactly.
No. We're talking about you.
I agree with you, Kevin.
Yeah,
there.
That's what y'all often do when it gets tight. Y'all to leave with you. And why do you want to marry him? Because y'all could go get married. In my personal opinion, would y'all need to sit down and go ahead and complete the family y'all started? Because don't nobody want you or him.
Oh shit!
Y'all need to be out here. Y'all got kids. Nobody want neither one of y'all's ass. And if you want to get married, does he want any more kids?
Yeah.
Do you want any more children?
Yeah, at least one more.
Well, then make marriage a requirement. Then if you want kids, you know, he should get a kid without marriage. Mm-hmm. See, the problem is so many of our women ask about what about this, what about that, and if you don't make marriage a requirement, don't get upset if you don't get married.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate answer.
I gotta agree.
I agree.
I have to agree.
Go ahead.
That reminds me a lot, like my situation. I have a 12-year-old daughter with my high school part that I was with for 5 years when I was a teenager. So I had her at 18 years old. And people, as I get older, you know, ask me, oh, that's the only one you have? And I always say, yeah, that's the only one I have. And they look at me like, why you look at it like that? Because I'm not having another one until I'm married.
Black women. That's what.
Question, black man, I did that for 3 years. Hold on, listen. That's what I did the first 3 years. Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Listen.
And they have proven.
That was what I did the first 3 years.
I can't really hear it.
Neither can I.
I asked the question on a video talking about are men being silenced. I asked the question, where can black men go to speak without fear of being silenced?
Y'all let women silence.
That's the question you said. Where can black men? Why have you heard of black men speak like I have? Where you guys think I didn't come out of a space. Black men have been speaking like me my entire lifetime.
Thank you.
You just weren't listening.
I said that.
Just like I asked that one sister.
I said that already. Exactly.
She said, because she was asking me to let men speak their point of view. And the point is that black men have been speaking. Black women just aren't listening. And you didn't start listening until I started speaking to the world, until I started speaking to the women. And then the whole world listened after I started speaking to you guys.
That's what
Speak
I
to
said.
the very men in your family. Where are the men in your families?
Some of them are not really great role models.
No, I was a pastor, it seems like, but it's probably because the women are so masculine, they just shut them up.
Oh, okay.
They don't shut them down.
Hold on. You say because a lot of the men aren't great role models.
Well, in my family, I don't know this family, but yeah, that's the reason why I didn't really have a male figure to go to look for a husband.
But ma'am, you also were the woman who never got your father's side of the story from his mouth.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that you are in no position to say who's a role model or not, because you don't even know if you judge your father accurately. All we're hearing coming out of your mouth is what your mama told you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how can you say they're not great role models unless you sat down with them? See, that's what the first thing I said. You're going to have to go get the men's side of the story from their mouth. Judge your mama and the women as harshly as you judge the men. Give the men as much grace and mercy as you gave your mama and them.
Well, the last time I spoke to my mother, I did take that advice, and I did, have a deep conversation with that, and it did not go well at all. She was very upset after that.
She was very upset.
Of course, it's not going to go well. You have some, and I'm not saying men don't, but you have women that hold on to stuff for years. It can be 20, 30, 40 years old you could be, and your mother's still mad at the father. And you try to have a conversation, and it basically, imagine you getting this from the mother, from your parent. They just talking all this trash about your father, or the idea of this person that left you, didn't want you, blah, blah, blah. And you're hearing this over and over. And it goes on every day, man. Every day. And it takes you to get an adult, if you do have answer, because you will have women, a man, and even the mom boys will do the same thing. But women don't tend to use logic at all. But if you just think logically, like, okay, this may have been the situation, this may have been the situation, but then you be like, there's no excuse, he should have stayed. But you don't know what happened. Get it from the person, because you want to be afforded the same thing, though. You want to be afforded that same luxury, if you will.
About what?
Just asking her if she takes accountability in any relationship that she's had.
Of course she was very upset, because I did the best I could for you, and I did it, which is bullshit. It ain't about you. I had the 2 consultations with women today saying this same stuff. Look, your mothers were selfish.
Yeah.
And that's okay, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to this whole thing about black men. You don't listen to us. Missy, you were just now really listening to me.
Yeah.
And I am twice your age and far more accomplished. The nerve that I have to do anything other than just speak to get you to listen.
No respect.
Yeah.
Overall, you have to ask yourself individually, what is your overall level of respect for the typical black male image? And if you don't respect black men as much as you respect that white paycheck, that white institution, or that white job, we got a problem. Black men only want one thing. Treat us with as much respect as you treat that college, that job, or your boss. After that, we got no problems. All right, ladies. I appreciate it. It's been a good build back and forth. Anything before we leave?
Okay, thank you.
I do. Just keep doing what you're doing, Kevin. You're making a difference.
Okay, appreciate it. All right.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I haven't put a light in the.
To get married costs you less than $300.
That was a good show. That was a very good show. Like I said, hopefully you learn something. That's the purpose of me putting on these videos. It's not about men hearing what they want to hear. It's about people can learn something. Hopefully you learn something. That's my main thing. You could eat the meat and spit out the bones, or whatever the heck, which way they say it. But definitely, I hope you picked up on something. And whatever you don't agree with, put it down below. Whatever you do agree with, put it down below. And I shall see you guys later. Peace out. And thank all of you for being here. I really appreciate you guys.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, boss lady. Feel better.